Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take a stack of information and distill it into the most important insights, giving you that shortcut to being, well, truly well-informed. Today, we're diving into the thrilling world of golf. Specifically, the 153rd Open Championship at Royal Portrush, happening July 13th to 20th, 2025. This is quite something, isn't it? The third time this prestigious event is hitting this iconic Northern Ireland venue. Our mission here is to guide you through the key details, player narratives, behind-the-scenes stuff, how to watch, basically everything you need without getting buried in info. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, absolutely. And this championship, it's more than just another tournament. It's a proper global spectacle.
Yeah.
You've got the rich history of Royal Portrush. I mean, it's steeped in golf lore, and it's just a perfect stage for new legends to, potentially emerge. Our sources give us a really comprehensive look day by day, the media buzz, the unique angles as it all unfolds. It's this great mix of tradition and high-stakes modern golf.
Okay, so the Open always kicks off with that unique buzz during the practice days, right? Tell us about the key arrivals. What were the early stories bubbling up that are setting the tone?
Definitely. The biggest headline, no surprise really, was Rory McIlroy showing up. The hometown favorite from just down the road in Hollywood. He drew thousands, literally thousands of fans just for his practice rounds. His presence is, well, it's a huge storyline. So especially when you remember his, let's say, disappointment back in 2019. Missed the cut after that opening 79, didn't even play the weekend. But, the pressure might feel a bit different this time around. He's just completed his career Grand Slam at the Masters this year.
Ah, the Grand Slam, that's huge.
It really is. Winning all four majors. So rare. And maybe, just maybe, that takes some of that intense home soil pressure off. We saw him on the 16th Calamity Corner.
The hole that got him in 2019.
Exactly. The par 3 that really cost him. But he seemed pretty relaxed, practicing his irons there, almost like he's, starting to rewrite that story already in his head.
That's fascinating, the idea of the Grand Slam maybe reducing the pressure. Do you really think it eases that burden, or does it just, shift the expectation? Now it's, can he win at home after winning the Slam? It's a different kind of weight, isn't it?
That's a great point. It's definitely a shift, maybe more of an internal battle now.
And beyond Rory, who else was making waves early on, getting a feel for the Dunluce Links?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of the big names were there early doors. We saw Schauffele. He's the defending champ. Shane Lowry, of course, the guy who won here in 2019. Big crowd favorite, too. And Scotty Scheffler, the world #1, all spotted getting their first taste of the course this week.
Right. The course itself, Royal Portrush. Tell us about the challenge it presents. It's known to be tough.
Oh, it's a beast, designed to really test your resolve. It's 7,381 yards, par 71, and it's notorious for those 57-pot bunkers. They call them vacuum-like.
Vacuum-like.
Yeah, they're not your average bunker. Deep, small, they just swallow the ball. And the greens, tiny, averaging just 5,700 square feet.
Wow, that is small. Like 2 small living rooms, you said?
Pretty much. And narrow fairways, too. It's just a relentless test of precision,
Yeah.
We even saw players like Justin Thomas practicing really conservative strategies on Calamity Corner.
Really? How so?
Apparently inspired by Bobby Locke back in 1951, laying up short to avoid that deep ravine.
Yeah.
It just shows this course demands strategy, not just brute force. And you've also got the par 4 fifth, White Rocks, with that dramatic cliffside OB. And those newer holes, the 7th and 8th, added for 2019, they fit right in, challenge-wise.
It paints a picture of an incredibly demanding track. So with players like JT already thinking so strategically on Calamity, are we looking at maybe a more conservative, grinded-out kind of Open? Or will players still take big risks?
I think it'll be a mix. You have to respect the course, definitely. But, Open champions always find those moments. They seize the opportunities. Risk and reward.
And beyond the ropes, the Open is such a huge experience for the fans who go. What are some of those maybe less obvious things that make it special for them?
Yeah, the whole atmosphere is electric. The spectator village is always buzzing. They've got the swing zone, free 15-minute lessons from PGA pros.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's massively popular. And a kids' play area, too. But from a pure viewing standpoint, that grandstand on 16.
Calamity Corner again.
Exactly. Because of that edge of doom drop-off, it's just a prime spot to see the drama unfold. Put you right in the thick of it.
Sounds incredible for the fans lucky enough to be there. But that experience might hit a bit of a snag for some, couldn't it? We heard about this TransLink strike.
Ah, yes. It's a big one, planned for Friday and Saturday, July 18th and 19th.
Right in the middle of the tournament. How could that affect things? There are, what, 270,000 fans expected?
Yeah, it's definitely a major headache for anyone planning their trip. The strike could really hit rail services hard, so fans absolutely need to plan alternatives. Shuttle buses, maybe carpooling, driving. Got to make sure they don't miss the action.
Something to keep an eye on. What about the weather? Always a factor at the Open, especially on the coast.
Well, the early outlook from the BBC looked pretty decent, actually. Mostly dry and sunny, temperatures up to maybe 20 Celsius. And it's a big but, you're always going to get those gusty winds. We saw it on Monday already, that North Atlantic Links special. Adds a whole other layer of challenge.
Always does. And finally, to kick things off officially, tee times are out. Padraig Harrington doing the honors.
That's right. The Irish legend hits the very first shot at 6:35 a.m. Thursday, July 17th. A nice touch.
Okay, so let's move into the championship itself. Rounds 1 to 4. How does the play typically flow, and what can we project based on form and history here?
Right, so round 1 kicks off Thursday. 156 players, that's 7,381 yard, par 71 Dunluce Links. Some juicy featured groups projected for the morning wave. You got Rory, Schauffele, and Scheffler teeing off together. That's a blockbuster right there.
Wow, yeah.
And then mid-morning, likely Shane Lowry, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Thomas. Strong groups all around.
And the weather factor, you mentioned the wind. How's it looking for the actual competition days?
Well, the forecast suggests moderate winds for round 1, maybe 10-15 miles per hour. Could pick up a bit for round 2, maybe 15-20. And then the weekend, rounds 3 and 4, could get even windier, maybe with some rain. Kind of reminds you of that tough Sunday in 2019, right?
Absolutely. The scoring average jumped by 2 shots that day. So who does these kinds of conditions typically favor?
It definitely favors the link specialists.
Right.
Guys who know how to play in the wind, handle the firm ground, the quirky bounces. So you'd expect players like Lowry, Fleetwood maybe, to get off to a good start, perhaps around 3 under par. Could be a solid opening score. Obviously, all eyes on McIlroy, especially on the 1st and 16th. Can he rewrite 2019? That's the narrative.
For sure.
Lowry's iron play was just incredible in 2019, hitting so many greens. That'll be key again. Schauffele's bunker play, getting out of those pot bunkers, that could save crucial shots. And don't discount the qualifiers. Guys like Gotterup, Penge, they could definitely spring a surprise.
So with those conditions, the course demands, the mental side we talked about with Rory, what does it all mean for strategy? What stats really matter at Portrush?
Success here really boils down to a few key things. Greens in regulation, hitting those small targets. Scrambling, saving par when you miss. And bogey avoidance, especially on tough holes like the 7th and, of course, the 16th. You just can't afford too many mistakes.
Yeah.
Accuracy is paramount with those small greens and narrow fairways, and the wind just makes every single shot a puzzle. Patience, strategic thinking, absolutely vital.
You can almost feel the pressure cooker building, especially for certain players. We heard Rory saying, Portrush is home, but it's also a challenge. I'm ready to rewrite 2019.
Yeah, and Lowry chimed in too. The fans here are unmatched. I'm chasing that 2019 magic again. The emotional stakes are high.
So looking ahead to Sunday, the final round, what kind of finish are we expecting? What's a likely winning score?
Oh, I think we're set for a close finish. The Open often delivers that. Based on Lowry's 269 total in 2019, maybe somewhere around 10 to 12 under par seems like a reasonable target. Yeah. And the winner gets crowned champion golfer of the year after 72 holes. Unless we get a tie, then it's a 3-hole playoff. Extra drama potential right there.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Talk about how the world experiences this event. The Open is just such a global spectacle, isn't it?
It really is. It's not just a UK thing or even a European thing. It's genuinely global. Over 200 hours of coverage. More than 30 broadcast partners, beaming it in almost 200 countries. Millions watching worldwide. It showcases not just the golf, but the stunning Causeway Coast too. Huge for tourism. It's a testament to how big this championship is.
And for folks watching at home, the TV coverage sounds pretty comprehensive. What are the options?
Yeah, loads of options. In the U.S., it's on NBC, USA Network, and the Peacock streaming service. Coverage starts super early UK time, like 1:30 a.m.
Wow, dedication needed there.
Absolutely. And in the UK, Sky Sports Golf is the place to be. They're promising 15 hours of live action daily, plus early play on Sky Sports, plus they've got it covered.
And technology seems to be playing a bigger role in how we watch golf now.
Definitely. What's quite insightful here is how they're enhancing the broadcast. Peacock in the U.S. has things like a dedicated Par 3 channel, featured groups, an all-access stream, letting you really dive deep. And the Sky Sports app in the UK, they've got some cool tech. Platform golf showing projected putt lines, Sportsbox AI doing 3D swing analysis, Skyscope with augmented reality breakdowns of swings.
So it's not just watching, it's almost analyzing along with them.
Exactly. It gives you that golfer's eye view, helps you appreciate the skill and strategy involved, brings you much closer to the action. And globally, the Open's own app and website are great resources. Free live scoring, featured groups, exclusive interviews, keeps everyone connected.
Good options. What about radio or other ways to follow?
Sure. There's the Open Radio, which is available globally online via theopen.com, the app, RNA TV. In the UK, Talk42 carries it, and SiriusXM in the US. Plus, BBC Radio 5 Live in the UK does live commentary. And, of course, social media, especially X, formerly Twitter. Following at the Open or the big sports and news outlets like at Biltel Sport or at Newsletter for local flavor, that'll give you real-time updates and analysis.
Right. So beyond the broadcast, what about the impact off the course? You mentioned tourism, but there's a big economic element too, right?
Oh, massively. What's fascinating here is the sheer scale of the off-course impact. That projected $106 million economic boost.
$106 million, that's huge.
It is, and it's not just a number, is it? It shows how these huge sporting events can genuinely transform the host region. It's ticket sales, yes, but it's also hotels, restaurants, local shops, job creation. And that global broadcast, it's like a massive advert for the Causeway Coast, really boosts tourism long-term. Local businesses in Portrush itself, the pubs, the restaurants, they'll be absolutely packed. It's a huge surge for them.
A real festival atmosphere then. And for the players themselves, the stakes are enormous. What's the prize money looking like?
Very, very high. The winner walks away with over 3.1 million US dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, from a total prize fund that's over $17 million. It's life-changing money, no doubt. Just adds another layer of pressure and excitement to Sunday afternoon.
Okay, so wrapping things up, the essence of this deep dive. We've looked at the incredible challenge of Royal Portrush, the high stakes, especially the psychological battles for players like Rory and Lowry, and the massive global reach and economic power of the Open.
Yeah, to reiterate, the Open at Portrush is this really captivating mix. You've got the deep history, the modern tech and innovation, and just that raw sporting drama. It all builds towards crowning the champion golfer of the year,
Yeah.
someone who's conquered the course, the conditions, and, crucially, their own mental game.
Which does raise an interesting question for you to think about. In a sport that demands such precision, such control, how much does that home course advantage, or even those past failures like Rory's in 2019, how much does that truly shape a player's ability to perform under that intense, unique pressure of the Open? Something to mull over. And remember, for real-time updates as the championship unfolds next week, keep an eye on the official sources, theopen.com, BBC Sports, Sky Sports, and all their digital channels.